Hi guys, I'm Madeline Harvey. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. When you sing, does your voice ever feel sore? Or do you sometimes lose your voice for a while after you sing? If you've answered yes to any one of these questions, fear not. We're going to go over what's going on and what you can do to bring your voice back into a healthy state of balance. So if you liked today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up or click the subscribe button below. I would love to see you here more often. The video that you're about to see was taken as a clip from a live lesson that was shot earlier today. We've included a couple of exercises for you on this video, but if you'd like to watch the entire live and participate in the exercises, then I invite you to click on that join button below and become a member. As a member, you'll have exclusive access to all of our lives that we do every Monday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, if that's way too late for you or way too early, depending on where you're watching from, fear not. You'll be able to access our members only area with over 70 hours worth of voice lessons. Okay, so again, just click that join button. It's only $4.99 a month, and your contribution helps to support our channel. That way we can continue to deliver awesome content for you. You ready to get started? Here we go. Start with a very quick story. For many of you that have been with me for most of this year, you may remember that I really had an upper respiratory infection, thought it was bronchitis. For many months it persisted. And while this was going on, my friends, it's just like people were coming out of the woodwork saying, there's this something that's going on with COVID that affects the voice, and it can affect the voice for up to 9 months. After you heal from it, there can be persistent symptoms. So that is actually what I'm going through. So I want to make today's lesson a little bit on the personal level, just because there's so many different variations of being affected by your voice. And I wanted to offer some therapy of what you can do, because I know how scary this is. It's not a good thing if your voice hurts. You should be able to sing consistently or all the time even, without any sort of pain, and especially fatigue. So if you are someone who notices that you lose your voice pretty frequently, especially after you sing, that's not normal. But don't freak out, because we put together some exercises that you can do to keep your voice balanced. And that's the word that I want you to remember. Like, lock that in your noggin, the word balance. When we have an aggravating activity, singing can be very aggravating for the voice. Sometimes it's user error. Sometimes we really want a certain type of sound quality. We lock the voice into that position. Pressure builds, and that puts a lot of wear and tear on some very delicate muscles. But we don't always feel that right away. We don't even feel it right there in that moment, but it can kind of happen later in the day or the next day. So we want to make sure that our therapeutic work with our voice consists of bringing the voice into balance. And also, if you're a little bit like me and you're still recovering from a long hauler COVID, it's just, so annoying. We're going to work with the same exercises to bring the voice into balance. So the first thing that I want you guys to have, and it's okay if you don't, I'll give you modifications for today's exercises, is a straw. Now, why would we need to work with straw work? There's a lot of different straw phonation exercises out there. We're just going to make them nice and simple. I'm going to be working both today with my favorite. It's like 2 or 3 millimeter straw. There we go. Bring it into focus. And I'm also going to be working with a big one, 10 millimeter straw. Again, if you don't have a straw with you today or any sort of bubbly cup, it's okay. I'll give you modifications, but I really suggest that you go back and work with straws once you have some. And if you don't know what this is my handy dandy singing straw. Yes, I partnered with Singing Straw, the company, because I have so many things, y'all. I have like so many different devices of that would encourage breathing. And I really, really like this one the best. This is one that I reach for all the time. So what we're going to do to start off is we're going to work with the lungs. We're going to wake up the lungs. Part of the reason why, especially if you're a singer that pushes the voice a lot and there's a lot of pressure building inside of the throat, you may not have a great deal of lung capacity. So we're gonna wake up the lungs to start with. We're gonna do 2 minutes. And if you don't have your straw, you can use your lips, like you're slurping a spaghetti noodle. We're gonna do 2 minutes of, here's our pattern, full power inhale for a total of 8 counts. Then full power exhale, a total of 8 counts. And we're just gonna keep this going, like one of those infinity symbols for 8 counts. Here's our metronome is at 75 beats per minute. So that will count our counts for us. And we're gonna do it for 2 minutes. Are you ready? Let me start this one. Here we go. Good, good, good. I love this exercise. Always start, whenever you're warming up, with an exercise like this. Oftentimes when the lungs are not woken up, when that mechanism is not awake, the breath is very passive. And when the breath gets really passive and lazy, we tend to put a lot more strain on the cords. When the strungs are the longest, when the lungs are the strongest part of the mechanism, the voice will remain balanced. And that is our objective today, balance. We want nice, healthy balance. So I recommend doing this for 2 minutes, at least 2 minutes. Even shoot for 4. You will notice, and I'll share a little story with you. You'll notice that the longer you can do it, that means the more consistent, the higher degree of lung capacity you'll have because you're under higher pressure, balance pressure, inhale and exhale. I once did this for 21 minutes. I got lost watching a YouTube video and I was just like doing this inhale, exhale. And then when I went to sing after that, my voice was like a hot knife through butter. Very, very, very easy. It took all the strain off of the experience. So now that we've done this, we're just going to put this aside. We have effectively warmed up our lungs. Now we want to draw our attention to a small muscle called the cricothyroid muscle. You don't have to remember that. It's just the muscle that closes the cords. We want a nice, good function on that cord closure. So we're going to do some holding of breath. And as we hold the breath, I'd like for you to vocalize just a little vocalization like that, just so you can hear that the vocal cords are closed. This times up, it syncs up the diaphragmatic lift and the cord closure at the same time. Now, this is just a cue. It's just a cue for your body to go, this is what we're looking for to get that mind-body unity going on. So let's go ahead and hold our breath. We're going to do it for 15. We're going to hold our breath for 15 counts. Ready? Here we go. Good. Very good. Now, did you feel that muscle, those cords close? They close so good, but they don't squeeze. They don't squeeze, and they don't get lackadaisical. When you're holding your breath, there's a nice efficient closure there. So again, we're just sending a cue, wake up, vocal cords, so that they have a nice amount of what's called subglottal pressure, and they can close effectively. So now we're gonna do 2 minutes. You guys are gonna love me today. 15 counts, 15 count hold, release for 7, breathe on 8. So this is what it's going to look like. I'll demonstrate it for you. See how quick? We just have that one count on the count of 8 for breath. Now we're going to do this for 2 minutes. Why? Because we're trying to stimulate. We're trying to get that mind body, those new neural pathways connected. So when we breathe in for 1, the lungs fill all the way down here. We maintain a 15 count lift, maintaining and containing the pressure in the lungs, and the cords get nice, even closure without any squeeze. Ready to give it a try? So here's our metronome. Get my timer. Here we go. Exhale. Ready? Everybody feel alive? Feel incredible? It's just little subtle cueing. Little subtle cueing. First exercise woke up our lungs and wanted them to work in a very athletic way. Get those inspiratory muscles, expiratory muscles. Powerful movement. Now we got those vocal cords closing efficiently. So now let's vocalize. And I really, really recommend, guys, whatever you like to do for a warm-up, put these 2 exercises in the beginning. We didn't even vocalize, but it's a wonderful way to warm up both the lungs, diaphragm, and the vocal cords. Get everything synced up. You're sending those cues. So now we're looking at, why does my voice hurt? Like, what is it that's causing hurt? Well, it depends on what you feel, but most of the time it's